The 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Covered by Universal Roof and Contracting. The difference is Universal.
On 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it.
All right. Here we go. Sports concepts and rationalizations coming your way. We call it the 10-minute drill.
Yes, we do.
Beef, are we starting to give out Chiefs tickets today?
No, Dan.
Oh, okay. What do we have today?
We're going to hook up today's winner with a very comfortable, especially with the incoming weather, 18 holes of indoor golf on the simulator with TrackMan and a beer from Coastal Indoor Golf.
Oh, well, that's good. That's
they'll
fun.
take home dinner for two from Chick-fil-A.
Oh, that's very good. I like that. It's a wonderful gift and prize pack. And at the end of the segment, I'll give out a caller number. And if you get in there, then you are a winner. So let's kick around a little bit in the NFL. The battle lines are drawn. And if Dallas wins its first 3 games, Zeke's going to have to crawl back, loser. And if Dallas struggles or loses its first 3 games, Zeke's probably going to get his money. And that seems to be what the general consensus is here as we begin the NFL regular season a week from Sunday.
I was thinking about this.
Uh-huh.
This is what Zeke should have done.
Uh-huh.
Zeke should have stayed in camp, played the first 3 games, and then held out.
Yeah.
When is a player going to do that, Dan? When's a player going to come in, play 2 or 3, and then say, yeah, I'm not coming back until you pay me?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
I don't know.
Here's the problem for Zeke. The Cowboys have, by last year's record, the easiest first 3 games in the NFL.
Giants, Redskins, Dolphins.
Easiest 3 games in the entire league.
Yeah.
Not well strategized, Zeke.
By the way, I read something the other day that you would find interesting because you've tried to understand why these running backs are so devalued, and it's a fair question. But they were saying that the offensive line is even more important, and that analytics tell you, through studies and analytics and Pro Football Focus and all that the offensive line play is even more important than what the running back is able to do, and by breaking it all down. So it's interesting.
Yeah, but it's I get that, and that seems to in some cases hold up. But I know when Leonard Fournette didn't play last year, the Jaguar running backs couldn't get 5. They would get 20 yards in a game.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, it's all relative. When Zeke Elliott was suspended a couple of years ago and missed all those games, the Cowboy, you think Tony Pollard is going to give you Zeke Elliott production? Despite even with an awesome offensive line,
to see. I understand Zeke Elliott wanting more money, but I know the Cowboys offered more money, so that's always the issue I come back to. I mean, I don't know where it's written that you deserve raises of doubling your salary, tripling your salary, and yet I understand that your lifespan is short, especially as a running back. And I also understand that you have 2 years left on your contract that you signed, that nobody forced you to sign, that your players bargained for. Listen, if I was a CBA, maybe the thing you ought to do, one of the main tenets, because you're going to win some of the battles, you're going to lose some of the battles when it ultimately gets down to compromise. Maybe you ought to say, look, the longest contract we can sign is 3 years. No options, nothing. 3 years, boom.
I think we might head towards something like that. Maybe your very first round pick you get 4 out of. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm just saying
that's not, which, by the way, is very player friendly. It's not good for the league.
Yeah.
It's not good for a franchise to have to reshuffle and turnover and have these holdouts now more and more common and more often.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll see what happens with that. But that's one thing.
It's a trivia question, Dan, that'll stand the
test of time.
The test of time. I need you to tell me who was responsible.
Kickers to Evers to Chance.
I want you to tell me who's responsible for the whopping total of 3 touchdowns scored by the Jaguars this preseason.
The Magooster ran in a couple, and Nick Foles threw one to Dede.
There you go. Those are your 3. These jokers played 240 minutes of football this preseason with referees and TV cameras and big, shiny scoreboards.
Yeah.
They scored 3 touchdowns. Now, I don't mean to be an alarmist, Dan, and none of the guys who are going to have to make plays against Kansas City even played.
Yeah.
But it's never behooving to be the worst at anything. And the Jaguars this preseason were the worst team in the National Football League. So any concern at all, whether it's bleed over, fan apathy, rust, you have, any or biggest concern with the Chiefs now looming 9 days away?
I guess my concerns are a little bit about the depth, not major coming out of the gates. But I think my biggest concern is, if I see them in the third quarter and it's 90 degrees outside and they're dying and just exhausted because they haven't played. You can't simulate a football game. I'm a little worried about that, I think, with Kansas City. But I'm going to try to give it the big picture. I'm not going to panic. I'm trying to become a grizzled, old seasoned NFL. Hey, Dan's a smart guy when you're listening to him or watching him, and he's telling you don't panic if you lose to the Chiefs because then you might come back and beat Houston and Tennessee, and then everything's okay. But it's still not okay because last year you were 3-1. The bottom line is the NFL is truly, it's cliche, a marathon, not a sprint, and September doesn't matter, but you don't want to go 0-4. And you just want to hang around and then make your move. At some point in that 16-game season, Calais Campbell said it best, you have to stack wins. Somewhere along the line, you've got to stack wins. And it doesn't matter if it comes in September, December, November, October, but you've got to stack wins. You've got to find a way to get to 9 or 10, preferably 10.
Yeah, 10 to be sure.
And so it's harder to stack wins if you're 0-5 because you're probably not going to stack 10 in a row, okay? So you just got to kind of take it as it comes, see how it goes, and understand that the divisional games are a little bit more important, and those are the games you got to win. But with that said, you got opening week, which is always quirky, and you want to play well against Kansas City.
And I think it's important for your franchise to beat good teams. You look
Correct.
at 2017, I think part of the reason the Jags did what they did in the playoffs, they won at Pittsburgh in the regular season. They beat Seattle a year in, year out contender. They, out of nowhere, beat a good San Diego Chargers of LA team.
Jeff, who's the worst NFL owner in history? Off the top of your head, who's a lousy NFL owner?
Oh boy, I mean, it was like they weren't thrilled with Culverhouse in Tampa. That's forever ago.
Yeah, but he's from Jacksonville.
Modell,
so we'll
they were never happy with Art Modell.
Okay, wait, let me change the question.
Yeah, I mean,
who's the worst coach?
Bidwell, they said. Bidwell's another.
Who's the worst coach in history?
Rich Kotite.
Okay, Rich Kotite.
I mean, I don't know that he is.
I propose.
The answer is Gus Bradley, but we like him too much.
I'm not going to do
Yeah, I know, but that's the answer.
I propose to you,
Yeah.
Jeff, what is the award given for the Super Bowl champion?
The Lombardi Award.
I suggest to you we now give out at the end of the preseason the Kotite Trophy. And congratulations to the Baltimore Ravens, winners for the third straight year of the Richie Kotite Trophy.
For the best preseason
For the
team?
best preseason team.
Gotcha.
So congratulations. Put the Kotite Trophy in your trophy case, Baltimore.
Although
the Buffalo Bills would like a little piece of that as well, as they went 4-0 too.
Yeah.
But the Ravens, because they've won now, I think 17 preseason games in a row, they are now winners of the Richie Kotite
good for
Trophy.
them.
Congratulations.
They actually have a couple of Lombardis. I think they'll throw this one away.
Yes.
They don't. Yeah, they're not playing for it.
Uh-huh. There is no trophy for 0-4.
Yeah. And does it hurt a little bit more, even though you already buried him, that it was the finishing blows from beefinized teams that ended the summer of LGM?
Well, I don't think we talk about them, quite honestly. You guys are asses about it. But,
How are we asses about it?
All the time.
We made one little comment.
I got numbnuts there texting me. So,
Well,
by
he
the
should,
way.
because you would text him.
And by the way, I left
no,
you
that's
up.
not true.
You wouldn't.
But I will now. When it comes to an end, you're
right.
gonna. And not only
I
am
know
I
you
gonna
text me,
you,
so it's
just
I
so you
find
know,
that hard to believe.
Just so you know, not only am I gonna text you, Mr.
Mets
10 is
Nation,
gonna text you.
LGM.
Ox is gonna text you. Joe
Harsh.
U is gonna text you. I'm giving out your number to everybody.
Oh boy.
Mr. Ted texts me every
Yeah, and it's gonna,
weekend.
yeah,
so.
and it's going to come even more.
I do have to say
because
this.
I'm calling out the dogs.
Yeah, in fairness
great.
to Beef and the immortal truth,
Yes.
your team beat my team once in the last 6, and on that one night, I did get a text.
What did it say?
Let's go Mets.
I texted you, "Let's go Mets."
Yeah,
you might want to check that.
I know there's no checking it. I can verify it for you. I can show it to you. It's
You didn't text me. I texted you.
That's correct. Yeah. And I said.
Out of the blue?
Yes, out of the blue. And I said to you.
I think it was a sarcastic text.
I said, no, it was the one game. Well, if it was, sarcasm was well timed. It was
And by the way,
one game out of 6.
This is also somewhat on you.
On me?
Yeah, because you're the
turning it on
jackass
me.
who sat there
I'm a jackass.
and said, "Oh, they're making the playoffs." And I said, "No, they're not. No, they're not."
I'm the jackass.
Did you not say they were going to make the playoffs?
I was doing that to keep you engaged.
No, you were not. I'm fair.
Yes, I was.
Am I not engaged on my baseball team? Please. Am I not engaged on my baseball team?
I don't know. You bury them in May. I meant for the
I know what I'm
greater
doing.
good here.
I know what I'm doing.
For the part of Yeah, let me find this text. We'll take. I'm absolutely right on this one, so it's not.
Yeah,
I think beef. Actually, it's a group text. So I got to go to a beef ick. Yeah, I got it. Here it is, right here. I'll give you the date. I'll give you the exact. I don't need this. My call this into question. What is today? Mm-hmm. We'll look at this and
yeah, let's move
I'll
on.
prove it to him in the break, and I'll spare all of you from this. This is the drill.
Caller number 3 right now.
The Friday 5-pack of
How
my
about
march to a title. Starts
Oh,
next.
how about some golf?
That's right.
And some Chick-fil-A. Tell them
That's
again,
right.
Beef. What are they getting?
Call number 3 at 641-1010. They're going to take home 18 holes on the indoor simulator with TrackMan and a beer at Coastal Indoor Golf. They'll also get dinner for 2 from Chick-fil-A. Call number 3 right now, 641-1010.